Today's video is a very deeper topic. I'd say it's the argument of why I do not believe God exists and why I've completely given up on Jesus and Christianity. Um, I've tried to attribute my life to Jesus in the past, but my mind just doesn't work like that. I've completely given up on Jesus and Christianity, as I said. I need something more than just faith. I can't accept someone who I believe isn't any more special than you or I. Because Jesus, in my opinion, was just a regular guy who started a cult. That is what all religions start as, is a cult. And then slowly snowball into religion if it's believable enough and people can grasp on it more. God says, those who will seek me will find me, but sometimes that is just not the case. I've heard people in church say, Jesus saved me, or God has saved me. I've never personally experienced this, or even come close to this deduction. Damn, that was bad. But I feel it's not a good and reasonable reason. There is a line of delusion and faith, and a religion can use the argument that you have to have experience to have faith. For example, Buddhism and Hinduism uses enlightenment as their final destination of afterlife. But a lot of the results could contribute to placebo effect. I don't even know what happened there. Such as like all the good things that have happened to a select few of people that just got into religion at a good time. Their mind can attribute that to Jesus or God or their higher power they believe in, but it's just their mind tricking them and making them like work harder and have a better attitude about the thing they're trying to achieve. I don't know if that came out right. That could be like a whole lot of fucking nothing I just said, but I get what I mean. Alright, get off my back. A lot of people say the Bible brings them peace and helps them through their daily life, but I think the Bible brings me anxiety and a more sense of hopelessness. It feels like every story is made up the more I read, and altered to fit the world's views perfectly, as people want to see it. Adam and Eve and the apple has no correlation to science or evolution. The idea of heaven and hell seem obviously like artificial to me. It all seems basically fabricated and made up to help people live through life knowing that there is no afterlife. So religion has been created to have that end goal of there's something after this. This is just not it. Let's move on to that. Also, God's sovereignty. I didn't ask to be born. No one did. Why does God create those who will forever be damned to hell? Why create people that will never be introduced to you? It just doesn't make sense for an all-loving and all-forgiving God to create a person just to send them to hell, you know? It's fucked. It's definitely fucked up, you know? There are people in the world that have been brought and experience tragedies, which they denounce God because of those tragedies, and believe there's no way an all-loving and powerful God exists for this to be happening to me, you know? And for God to say those people are damned to hell, or would ever be forgiven, it's just really messed up to me, you know? A lot of it depends of where you were born, because most of the world is Muslim. So, you know, like the 3 billion people, it's not an accurate number, I'm just throwing spitballs out here. Like the 3 billion people that are Muslim, all get damned to hell because they do not believe in Jesus or the Christian God. That is really messed up and unfair to people who are, you know, born in a different environment and into a different religion or faith. Hold on, I got lost here. If heaven is the end-all be-all, why wouldn't we start there? Why would God send Jesus at a time of no social media or no reliable documentation? It feels that people use God to fill the gaps in life we can't explain yet. These are all good points to not believe in God for me, and is the reason why I am agnostic, which is the idea of there is a creator, but the Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Judaism God, no. I think that's all fabricated lies. To help people go through everyday life without, you know, feeling depressed or a lack of motivation. A few other points are, if a human loses a part of their brain, they lose a sense, their sense of self, which would disprove the idea of a soul. The person is still alive, but they have no they have no sense of self. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. So that would immediately disprove the soul, because, you know, the brain isn't the soul. Your soul's you know, it's you. Your soul is you. All right, not your brain, not your heart. It's you. So losing a part of your brain would, you know, not lose you. It would not lose a sense of self. If the soul was truth, but the soul is not truth, because if you lose a part of your brain, you lose your sense of self. All right, that could have been a fucking loaded nothing burger, but hopefully you get my point. The last point I'm gonna bring up is the Occam's razor theory. Is if the universe can be explained without assuming there's a God, then adding a God may be unnecessary. So, in conclusion, I think religion and Christianity is a fabricated belief to help people, you know, not feel depressed with the fact this is it. The life you're living now, this is it. Afterlife, there's none. According to me, you know, this is what I feel. I think there's no afterlife. I think it goes. It wouldn't go black, because black is something. I think it would just cut to nothing. I think you die with your conscious, or your conscious dies with you. That's what I was trying to say. conscience dies with you. I don't think there's an afterlife. I don't think there's a heaven or hell, purgatory, none of that. I think the life you're living now is that's it. That's your one and final chance of being on this earth. So I think you should do great instead of, you know, doing bad things. It's very fucking low IQ point I'm trying to make there, but yeah. Hopefully you got this video across. I think I will be posting it. I don't really know. See you guys later, I guess. I just wanted to make this video of ranting about why I do not believe in God or Christianity and my reasonings behind it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.